My name is Gary Hueber. I am a member of the class of 1975, and I live in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I always thought that would be a great profession to spend your whole life in the gymnasium. And my father-in-law was a guidance and counseling instructor, and he said, well, you know, there's a school in Chicago or near Chicago that focuses on YMCA curriculum. And so he said, maybe I ought to apply there. So I did, and was accepted, and that's how I ended up at George Williams. Now, my idea of social agency management changed quite a bit in the couple of years I was there, but that's how I got there. I mentioned that my impression of gym rats and what it takes to run a YMCA organization changed quite a bit. But you know, I think one of the benefits, one of the things that helped me grow there was some of the firsthand experiences I had through work experiences in YMCAs. You know, doing internships and so forth. That was a real positive experience for me. It helped me grow to kind of further define what I wanted to do with my life. You know, my career has since taken another change of directions to the point where I'm in financial services now, but I find a lot of things that carried over from the training, the group work training and the social work training I got at George Williams has just translated beautifully to the financial services sector because it's a relationship business. And I learned how to develop good, strong relationships, healthy relationships as a student at George Williams. I was impressed by the passion that the professors had for what they were teaching us and for what they were doing with their lives. And that all translated into something I thought, you know, that's something I can really identify with and want to be able to exemplify in my own life. So. You know, George Williams was a place that you weren't locked into anything. They gave you the freedom to explore a lot of different avenues. And so I appreciate that about my George Williams experience. But more importantly, they just gave me this groundwork, this foundation that I could develop a career on. And it didn't matter whether you'd stayed in social work or YMCA work or boys club, or whether you were selling Fuller brushes or going into financial services as I ended up doing. That foundation is there, and it can serve almost anybody if they take it to heart and really apply some of those principles. And so, you know, I know other people who've gone to George Williams and gone into other careers and have been very successful because of that basic training, that foundation that we were provided there. I would say, first of all, the tradition, the history that goes along with George Williams, for one thing. You know, it's a very rich tradition of service to mankind. That was something that was emphasized when I was a student there. It was something that was emphasized when I was on the faculty, the administrative faculty there, and it's something that still is a major focus for the school. You know, again, I think certainly the world needs people who are open and committed to helping others. We've become a very what's in it for me kind of society, and I think the more pervasive that comes, the worse off we are. I think George Williams turns the table on that thought and says, well, what can we do to be helpful to others?